Okay. Okay, kita kembali lagi. Welcome back everyone to. I'm always confused. I think this is the 22nd episode. Correct or not, Brandon?
22nd.
Okay, this is the 22nd episode.
21. Yes.
22. Last week dia ingatkan saya. So this is the 22nd episode of ESCM Viewz. To tell you the truth, initially I had plans to invite quite a number of our supporters. There's a change of guards. There's a lot of things happening. So I invited Joe, Adri, Bing, Kevin. So Joe, both early on, Joe already said he has dinner appointment. Adri, he ada main bola malam ni. And then Bing actually said okay, but last minute he, being a big shot, so he got pulled into another dinner. And then
Can I give an idea, Shah? Can I give an idea? Since got a lot of people always put breakfast photos, you do a shot morning next time instead of evening. Saturday morning breakfast, everybody taking pictures at their favorite restaurant.
Good idea. And then I remembered about our lawyer friend. What's the first name?
Richard.
No. Richard is not our friend. Richard is like our boss. So what's the fellow's name? That fellow lah. So he got toothache, got the appointment with the dentist. So it left with Kevin. So thank you, Kevin.
No choice.
Surprisingly, we had to rely on somebody from Australia. Just saying.
Mind you, his time there is almost 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Almost midnight.
Yeah, almost midnight. So I really appreciate. Thank you very much, Kevin. Always there for us. Okay. People who migrate to Australia or has been to Australia, they are different breed. Correct or not, Brandon? Brandon was in Australia, I think almost 20 plus years ago. So I still remember. Okay. Now, let's go down. Let's just talk about business. Rafa Benitez, a good friend of Kevin, is gone.
Oh man, yeah. That's why you invited me today.
So I'm going to start officially. Okay, this is the script. So Rafa Benitez was sacked after 6 months in charge. 6 months, 6 months in charge. 6 months, 6 months, So under Rafa, I just realized we only won 1 match out of the 11 matches. Only
you
one.
Compare every other manager.
The final nail to the coffin was our defeat to the bottom place Norwich at that time. Bottom. Remember Brandon? I was telling you, don't say. But never mind.
Don't say. Came up.
So and the last time. Yeah.
Let me just remind you, over 9 hours they hadn't got 1 goal.
Yeah.
In 93 seconds,
2 goals. And the goal was scored by somebody who actually hasn't scored 2 for Norwich for like.
Yeah. Tak pernah. First time in his Premier League career. And then again, it could have been 3. The last second one, the hit the tiang. Although I was just looking at it.
One thing I can say is that Everton in the community kind of thing, we are very generous and the last time we had somebody kicked out was
we are donating too much.
Our Mr. Silva, but that was like 2-3 years ago. So the official question is, before I will start with Brandon first, and then I will end with Kevin. So share your personal report card on Rafa Benitez for the last 6 months, Brandon. What's the report card looks like?
How to show, bro? One miserly win compared to all the other games. Nobody else brought us that low. And a lot of people, we were trying to be nice and tell other people they were whacking back Rafa. We said, okay lah, don't worry lah, can tahan. But even us also, how long can tahan? If you got a few wins, we can understand, right? But to get to the win, the guy's substitution was madness. Even the commentators on the show I was in earlier, they were just saying the same thing, okay? They were talking that the substitutions, they couldn't understand. They had almost the full team and he didn't deploy them. You needed that win to change the whole thing around against the bottom team. You would have expected them to go in and do well. Sorry, his report card is, number one, because of him, we lost brands. I don't know whether good thing, bad thing. All right. Because of him, we lost one of the best left backs at that time, previously. Now, not so great, but still one of the influential guys. And then suddenly took us down to losing to the bottom team. Straight away, I think the board did the right decision. Have to go. The sooner or later came sooner.
Okay. All right. Not as scathing as I expected, but knowing Brendan is very diplomatic. You know him. Fella with white hair, they tend to talk very like that one. Now, to Kevin. No, before we continue, I would just like to. I must understand this. I would not classify Kevin as a Rafa supporter. It's just that I think Kevin is the kind of guy who say it doesn't matter who is managing the team. You try to get behind the manager. That is my thought. But now,
all of us are like that, lah.
Yeah. So Kevin,
most of us are like that. Okay.
So your report card lah. How? I know inside your report card sure got this name, Rondon. So continue.
He started off well. He started off the season pretty well. First few wins. And I think he just first of all, he was hit by injuries, right? That was the first excuse that we made for him. I made for him. He was hit by injuries. Then I used a lot of words that's if you saw in the chat, I said there's a lot of variables. I mean, he didn't ask him to score an own goal. He didn't ask DCL to miss the penalty. It's the players that miss it. But then ultimately, like what Brendan is saying, that I think he became a bit, his strategy, his tactics about substitution and who he puts in became a bit stifling. And our good friend Joseph was once a Rafa supporter and he got very fed up. And I think I was going towards that direction as well, but I still wanted to support him, right, to do well. Yeah, I think my overall impression is that he just wasn't as good as I thought initially.
Yeah, Kevin, we are both of us are romantics. We try to give face. Try to give face. Yeah, but unfortunately, okay, Brendan,
okay, because number one, I think aside of that, you want to take time to rebuild the team, yes, but you can't take us to the championship, then only try to rebuild the team. You can't. You have to keep us within the fighting distance. Okay, fighting distance at least, lah. So when you get back your star players or the regular players and you don't put them on the field and you don't make it effective, you are really wasting a lot of resources. All right. You are monitoring them every time and you are not getting them to that point. Remember, we took out a lot of people, including the medical staff and all that, to try and change the thing, to get the people back, right? So after taking those changes and you still say, okay, let's make another 10 games more before we get a win, cannot now. So I don't see that it's effective. I mean, no matter how you are, whichever manager you are, when you come in, you want to take the time, I still say yes, take the time. But if you're going against the bottom team and you really need your win, you should have taken it. Okay. Even if you didn't win the thing, there's nothing else to say. If you won it, people say, oh, he's making a turnaround, Even if the next one is a loss, you still can see boleh tahan. But when think so many losses in a row, tak boleh lah.
Losses with Rondon playing. I mean, I don't know. Dia punya tahap kedegilan is luar biasa. I mean, literally, it's really luar biasa.
True.
It's not that we don't have options. we had options. It
Yeah,
might not
we
be a
had.
good option, but it you know,
It's an option.
there is an option. It's not there's no option. We had Tosin. You know, if Joseph will say, put the Fuller in. At least if Tosin cannot run, then at least you can put Rondon back. But you never even actually, the substitution is like, you are right, lah.
But to be fair, on that last match against Norwich, Rondon played very well, better than DCL. He was involved in a lot of partners.
Yeah, but again, if you played well, you got to be in positions where you can take shot. And as a striker, right, you need to be up there. Okay, DCL, maybe he's recovering. He didn't put that. Take out DCL, put somebody in.
Yeah,
we had people on the bench. Take him out, put somebody in. You make the change.
Yeah. So
True.
it's a combination of a lot of things. I mean, and unluckily, like you say, there were a lot of variables. You know, there's a lot of what ifs. Imagine what if there was like close to zero injury. We had the full team, for the last 4-5 months. Things could have changed differently. But again, I said, well, it is Rafa Benitez. He was a raid. Unfortunately, having Rafa in the club, actually, he actually made some of the fans turn against Everton. Unfortunately, So okay, forget about Rafa. We're not going to talk about Rafa. So we need to move forward.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask Brandon the next question. Critical match tomorrow. We're going to play against our friend, Aston Villa. Our friend is because the manager is actually our friend. My fingers and everything is under the table, so you're not going to see it. And then I think most probably he's going to start our star player, our ex-star player against us. Oh my God! So 19 points.
I don't know whether that's allowed.
I think it's allowed because
I might not be able to feel.
I think it's allowed because it's not a loan. It's a sales. If it's a loan, I can understand.
So that guy is willing to go all out to kill us.
Oh yeah, he's gonna make a point. He's gonna make a few points. I don't know.
Out of the game. Is out of the game.
So let's talk about some stats. Our stats right now stands at 19 points after 19 matches. We are averaging 1 point, at least 1 point per match. With some clubs already played 22 matches. I know one club played 23 matches. We have other clubs that only played 17 on 18. So not so bad. We still have some advantages in terms of number of matches played, especially with the bottom, just like maybe 1 or 2 games. So with Duncan back as our caretaker again, do you think we can turn things around with Villa at home on Saturday to Brandon?
Yes. I definitely think so. Number one, I think what we have seen is too much things happening in the dressing room and background that affects the people on the field. And I think Duncan Ferguson has always been there trying to bring in the troops and rally them, right? And I think he's always set that kind of, thing. And you know how he is. So he will go straight to you and get the bloody goal, right? Go there, you just kick it, get it to that goal. That's all. He's very simple approach to the thing. Not too technical in a lot of things. He'll just approach. But I think the biggest thing is he brings heart to the team, and he creates that motivation and drive in the players to perform for him. So I'm really ready to see them try to turn things around and get a really good result.
I'm just imagining the chatter inside the Ball Boys WhatsApp group. You're correct. I was about to say the same thing. I'm just imagining the chatter in the Ball Boys WhatsApp group. They're like, hey, get ready guys. We're gonna have so much fun tomorrow. Should we win? Brandon say he expects not to say a huge turnaround, but a positive turnaround. So, Kevin, do you agree with Brandon?
Yeah, I do agree. And to talk about Luka Dean, I don't think he's going to be a problem. You know why? Because he wasn't that good this season, and he
Mm.
was actually quite slacking off last season as well.
Mm.
So I think our team knows his weakness.
Yeah,
So I think Duncan will attack his weakness.
I saw his, you know, because he started in the last Villa match. He was quite quiet actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was quite quiet
yeah,
actually. He was there but quiet. You know,
yeah.
he's the Luka Dean of current. You know, when he was playing with us for the last few months,
Mm,
it's the same. So
yeah,
well, again, like
yeah.
I said, it's different playing against sides. He might have, you know, some points to share with us. So now the question now is to Kevin. So
Yeah.
while I was typing the question this evening, suddenly the message pop up that uh, Farhad Moshiri actually emailed to all the fans, you know, Everton
Yeah.
Sports directly to all the fans, and he basically he literally he commit himself to the club. He
Yeah.
pumping 135 million pounds, if I'm not mistaken, and he's committed. He said that he's committed, which is very positive. And at the eve
Mhm,
of our game, I think it was a very good move.
I mean,
mhm.
I think he created a timing very good so that
Yep,
the fans can back up
yep,
the team.
yep.
Yeah.
Get together. Correct.
True.
So,
True.
and talking about that, the new manager. We're going to talk about new manager. Okay. In
Mhm.
general, I will say the majority of the supporters and the fans say that as an interim manager caretaker, Duncan is okay. Long term,
Yeah.
definitely no. Right. So a few names was thrown into the hat to become our next manager, Martinez, but you know, I think definitely Belgium said no. So
I said no too.
Rooney. Then we had
Uh,
Lampard, Cannavaro, and Potter. Wow, actually people was excited to hear about Potter. So, you know, but of all the different names in the head, of course, depending on the situation. My question is very specific. Who do you think
okay.
will want to join us? Want to join us? You know?
Who
Nobody.
will want to join us? Maybe Rooney.
Maybe Rooney.
Maybe Rooney.
Yeah. I'm not talking about us accepting, trying, you know, wanting them, you know, but the manager,
Yeah.
whoever, wanting to join
Yeah.
us. So you're Rooney lah.
I think Rooney. I think he may have that support for us since he was young. So I think he may want to finish off
But
by making us.
okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That's my plan.
but now I'm gonna ask
Nobody else
Brandon.
would want to come.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
add another question. Brandon, what do you think? And whoever wants to join us, do you think that person will be a good manager for us? And now I add the question to Brandon.
And wow, you have to make the thing a little bit harder.
Of course.
If you ask me who wants to join us, I can tell you definitely Rooney, number one, because Derby to us is a step up. He's now directly in the Premiership. There is recognition compared to the thing. Ability,
Mhm.
whether he can do it, not sure yet, because I have not seen how Derby is
Sure.
doing or the game, how they structure themselves. What I can say is there's a lot of people who have been looking at how Rafa Benitez brought the team together or did not succeed. Okay, so for them it's a question of how tough really is getting the team together.
Yep.
That's the question. The question is how tough is it to get them and play, because they are known people who are considered stars, or known
Yep.
people who are considered very good players. Everybody will tell, look, Everton has this player and they're good.
Yeah.
Right? But get them to play, that's a different thing. Now, if there are six managers already gone through, including Rafa, and they cannot lift it up. So it's
Yep.
not going to be easy, number one.
Yep.
But since we are so close to the bottom, anybody who takes a job and does a little bit better is considered Superman already, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anybody who takes a job is considered Superman already. For being able from that low, bring it up. So it's just a matter of up is the only way you can go up lah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
that's the mentality they have to have lah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So
But
yep.
say first, wait, before you say anything, to me, personally, I'd rather let the board keep Duncan Ferguson on as caretaker manager for a longer period. Because
How much?
people are telling
How long
the
is
time,
how long is
few
longer?
10 games.
10 games.
You
10
can
games is
see a change.
very close towards the end of the season.
Correct.
And
So
but
keep
I
the player
understand where you're
is a-
coming from. I understand where you're coming from.
minimum 10 games. You see the change. If it really works, why not? Because this is a guy who has been there, seen through the tough times, and he also wants the job. He has already told the board he wants the manager job, right? Now or later. You never know. He's learned enough to be able to take the team to very big heights. We don't know.
We don't
Tomorrow's
know.
game, we'll just see the first step. But if you don't, you just balance it on the first step, you never know.
Yep.
Okay, so 10 games is a fair distance to go.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not only a fair, but I guess anything more than 5 games, and if there's there's positive results, the momentum is there. Letting continue up to maybe. I understand where you're coming from. Yeah. It's not about the 10 games.
Personally, it might not happen, but personally, that's what I feel.
But tomorrow, I know that the match, whatever happens tomorrow, the match is dedicated to
It's
all
going to be a hard
the
game.
ball boys lah. So okay.
But, in the show I was recently in the show earlier this evening, and even the Aston Villa guys were saying it's going to be very tough coming to us because of Duncan Ferguson, not about the players or anything. They say the players are okay. We have good players, but they feel with Duncan Ferguson coming and Stevie G coming to our ground, which is always very
hostile
against him, very rough on him. Okay, taking that walk down the tunnel and coming up to the field, right, is going to be tough on him. So they actually expecting Everton to do better because of Duncan. But it's going to be a hard game. No, the guy said it's going to be a hard game. So they are expecting really rough.
It's going to be loud. It's going to be, I hope it's going to be a phenomenal game tomorrow. And now next question. Because we actually spent a lot of time, I guess people are very passionate. Times have a changing, wind of change. Can smell the good stuff. Next question is that also looking at the news, we are also looking at adding few names into the team. We've already added 3, right? And we have yet to see 2 players playing for us. And then we still have a few names, being linked to us. Okay. So we have Dele Alli. Dele Alli, midfielder. Johnson from Forest. I like it when Everton looks for players from not within our it's from below. I like it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we have Van de Beek, also a midfielder from Man U, whereby Johnson from Forest is a forward, and our good old friend Ross Barkley from Chelsea. So what do you think? So 3 midfielders and 1 forward. So do you think we need 2 questions? Do you think we need more players, and do you think this list is something worth for us looking at and to bring into the club? Brendan.
Me? Oh, okay. It's like this. 3 midfielders, no. But I know we do have to have backup for midfielders. We were very, very bad when we lost Richarlison and all that. We need people who can be playmakers and scorers. I think Dele Alli fits that. Not probably Ross Barkley, more on Dele Alli. But again, maybe he's not been handled well. It really depends who is managing our team. If it's Duncan Ferguson, he might just fouls, or how many fouls we have. We have 4 or 5 on our bench, but DCL is recovering, Rondon is lumbering, Tosun is missing, right? We have Ellis who's young, but we need somebody who probably can move in there and score. And we always know our championship people for the forwards have always helped us because they have come up with a mentality of do or die. They really go for it.
Okay.
All right, so we had Cahill and all that coming in. Those are the type of people we want. So maybe this guy will fit us. Yet to see, but we need the backup because we've been too thin.
Okay.
Mm.
So Kevin, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Shah. I prefer if we go for those championship players like Johnson from Forest. I think one of the things that I've been focusing on is that I want the wage bill to drop because a lot of our players are overpaid, right?
Yeah.
And they get a bit lazy too, as you can see from our last Omni performance. So getting cheap players from championship maybe will drive us better. Rose Buckley will be expensive. Dele Ali will be a has been. I don't think he's going to perform. No motivation. Yeah, but I would like Jesse Lingard, but he's not in the list.
It's not in the list. To tell you the truth, actually, I wanted to put his name in the list, but when I was looking his name up, market wide, in terms of odds, is way down the list already. I'm not sure what is the reason, but he's way down the list. And this actually Ross Buckley is right at the top. The odds is like 4-1 for him to join us. I hope not lah. I hope not lah. On his day lah. No, but because why?
But the odds is structured different.
I understand. It's all about.
You look at people who really can fit or who really want to fit. So I think we really go for people with heart because that's always been our big part. If they really want to play for the team, they really want to give sacrifice 100%.
He left us hanging, put it this way lah. So he didn't, we don't need this kind of players. We had enough of this Rafa Benitez kind of, turncoats or whatever joining us. So we just need to focus. Right, now, next question. I think we are towards the end already. So we are facing Villa tomorrow, early game, 8:30 p.m. Malaysian time. So the question is actually what kind of formation do you expect and who would you like to see start tomorrow and prediction? I start with Kevin first.
I think Duncan will go for 4-2, right?
Oh no, I thought you were saying you're going to say 5 something. No, huh? 4-2. Okay.
Duncan is a traditional.
Do we have enough for 4-4-2? Let me see in the center. Okay, I'm just curious. The two at the front, Rondon and who? Richarlison and DCL. Just to be sure. Just to be sure.
Yeah. Hey, but the last training session, Duncan has been very supportive of Rondon, right? You heard that?
Well, I guess from a human point of view, as a caretaker, being a manager, I guess, I think he had a heart-to-heart talk with Rondon, and sometimes it's not his fault. Put it this way, the manager wants you to play. I imagine Rondon, I talk to say, Brandon is Rafa. I would say, hey, Rafa, I suck. Hey, why you want me to start? Imagine I say that, and then
that's right. He can't say no.
Try to score a goal. What can I do?
Yeah. That's right. It's not his fault, honestly. It is not his fault.
I'm just saying, it might be like that, I suck.
Yeah.
But still the floor wants me to play. So I think supportive is not but not to play, I hope, but just to manage the player, not to a certain extent to start him. So what else do you want to see tomorrow?
Back to your question, the back line, I want Mina and Godfrey to press center.
Mina and Godfrey, okay. It's been a while.
Center. And then left will be our new left back, my Kolenko, and then the right back, I'll see the new guy, Patterson. Yeah, have yet to see. We'll see how tomorrow.
I hope to see him tomorrow, depending on how. But I guess I'm not sure whether Duncan is going to be
trust him or not.
Adventurous enough, lah. Yeah. Scoreline prediction tomorrow. Kevin.
2-0 Everton.
Clean sheet at home. Wow, fantastic.
Yeah,
okay. Can you share whatever you've been smoking in Australia now? Yes, never mind. It's okay. Brandon, what do you the formation players and
formation 4-4-2 that's going to revert to a 3-5-2.
Wow.
Somewhere along the game, I'm going to see him revert to a 3-back.
It reminds me of Carlo.
Okay. And then scoreline is 2-1 because sadly the own goal part is scary for me. So
Okay, whatever it is, we still suck. We still suck at set plays. We still suck at set plays. Anything can happen, right? Okay.
Our free kicks, our set pieces go nowhere. Not even close to the goal. Why?
Yeah,
Baines used to take shots direct at goal. We got Townsend, but they are not doing it. Right? Yeah, so...
Yeah. I know, because I told you, remember last game I told you, you were asking who's going to take the free kick. I told you already, Gray is the one who's going to take. Gray is the one who's going to take the free kick. Gray is the one who's going to take the corner kicks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But get something happening lah.
I really hope to see Townsend play tomorrow. I don't know. I have a good feeling about him if he's around.
I think he will play. I think he and Gray will play tomorrow.
If he's these two, okay. But then there's the challenge. Then there's a challenge in the middle. You know, so
that's why I'm telling. I want to see a 3-5-2 because I think the midfield needs to be stronger and overpower them.
Yeah.
Then we can once we control midfield, we can get to them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I would personally want to see 5 at the middle. I think we have enough to start with 5 at the middle. Really overwhelm them. But defense-wise, with 3. Then you have what? You left with what? Coleman, Mina, and who?
Because if we play too far out, okay, if we put 4, you play wide, you know. If you play 3, your 3 is closer to the D, you know. So you are tighter formation 3, you know. You can't afford to go too far out.
Yeah.
Allow the 5, the 2 flares from the side to cover. So you actually have consider 5 at the back who are overlapping. You know what I mean? That's what I see.
Well,
I don't know, Duncan Ferguson is
he could go for 3-3. Rondon, DCL, and Richarlison.
I don't know. He might put 5 up and then 2 in the middle and 3 at the back.
That would be fun to see. Okay, so both of you predicting a win for us tomorrow. I also would love to see for us to win tomorrow. By the way, just to announce everyone, hopefully the video this recording can come out early tomorrow. We're gonna have a live viewing together with the Aston Villa supporter at the SNI restaurant at Telawi Bangsa. Yeah, Telawi Bangsa.
We'll try.
Yeah. Come again?
Try. Hopefully, people will try to be there.
So I know Madam President is going to be there. Mr. Vice President is going to be there. I know for a fact that the honorary secretary said he's not sure, try to be there. It's the Menteri Kewangan. He will try to. He's going to be there. Yeah, Menteri Danny. So all the big shots are going to be there, and hopefully Everton don't let us down.
So Everton fans, if you are listening, come over.
Boleh search SNI Telawi at Bangsa. We'll be there.
Just make sure follow SOP.
SOP dia bila Everton score kita jerit, bila Aston Villa score kita boo. Okay, alright. So thank you very much, Kevin. Thank you very much.
Ciao, Kevin. Thanks for
thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting.
Hopefully, by you wearing the shirt tomorrow, we're gonna win. Yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about Brandon's yellow shirt. Okay, alright. Thank you very much. Okay, good night. See you guys.
Ciao, guys.
Satis Nisi Optimum. Come on, you Blues. Up the F office. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.